Namaste, Vanakkam, and good morning. I am Renijo and I am back with a new video. Today I am going to review a book called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. About the author, he was an author who rose to prominence in the 1940s and he has sold over 300 million copies of his books worldwide. He was a screenwriter, a short story writer, and a poet. Hmm. Uh, the creator of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, named Charlie and the Chocolate Factory her top 10 books that every child must read. And the American magazine Time had named 3 Roald Dahl books that every young adult must read. It was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, and the BFG, which stands for Big Friendly Giant. I've ordered it on Amazon. Okay, anyway, let's get to the stories. The main 3 characters are Charlie Bucket, Willy Wonka, and the creatures who work for him called the Oompa Loompas. Charlie Bucket is a very poor boy and he lives with his parents and grandparents. Mr. Willy Wonka is the owner of the greatest chocolate factory in the world, and the Oompa Loompas are the creatures who work for him. So one day, when Charlie came back from school, he asked his grandpa, "Is Mr. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory really the biggest in the world?" And his grandpa replied, "True, true, it's the world's biggest chocolate factory." And he continued, "Mr. Willy Wonka himself has invented over 200 different types of chocolates." And when his father came from work, he explained that Mr. Willy Wonka, who had kept his company so secretive for years, would finally allow the chance for 5 golden tickets which could be hid in any ordinary bar of chocolate that would be sent across the country, and whoever got it would be allowed through a secret tour of the factory. So Charlie said, "Oh my god, I wish I could go to that factory, but I'm so unlucky. I only get 1 chocolate bar a year. There is no hope." His parents and grandparents consoled him by saying, "Your birthday is next week. Don't despair." The big day arrives. His birthday comes. He has his first chocolate bar. He opens it, looking for a glint of gold. He cannot bear the suspense. He rips right down the middle. But there's nothing in there. Charlie is disappointed. But his parents and grandparents console him by saying, "You couldn't have expected that one poor little chocolate bar to have a golden ticket in it." Next day, when Charlie comes back from school, his grandpa Joe tells, "I'm just as excited to find that golden ticket as you. Here, I have my 6-penny coin. Go to the nearest shop that sells Mr. Willy Wonka's chocolate bars and buy the first one you see and come back. Let's open it together and see if there's a golden ticket." So Charlie runs to the nearest store. He buys the chocolate bar, and when he opens it, he's disappointed yet again. There's no golden ticket. Next day, Charlie goes to school. In the gutter, he finds a small 50 pence coin. He says, "My family is very poor. I'll just buy one Mr. Willy Wonka's chocolate bar and I'll give the rest of my money to my mother." He goes to the shop and he buys a Willy Wonka chocolate bar. It was so tasty that he finished it in under half a minute. He says, "Just one more won't hurt," and he buys the next one. And when he rips it right down the middle, he is not disappointed this time. He finds a golden ticket. He finds the last golden ticket, in fact. He runs home and tells to his parents and grandparents that, "I found the golden ticket, And after much debate, the parents and the grandparents agree that Grandpa Joe should go to accompany Charlie to the chocolate factory because Grandpa Joe knows the most about chocolates. So the next day, they go to Mr. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory with the other 4 children who have been selected for the golden ticket. They enter the factory and they're all astonished. The people who are working in the factory are not just regular humans. They are Oompa Loompas who come from the land of Oompa Loompa land. And Mr. Willy Wonka narrates that he had once went to the land of Oompa Loompa land, and he told to the Oompa Loompas that he would give them a safe place to work in their factory, and because they adored cocoa beans, he could even give their salary in cocoa beans instead of cash. The Oompa Loompas agreed, and they came and started operating the factories once again. And after going through many rooms such as the nut cracking room, the chocolate room, the invention room, and some kids get lost on the way because it's such a huge factory. Finally, after all the tours, Charlie goes to Mr. Willy Wonka, and Willy Wonka asks him a question. He says, "Don't you think that this is the most wonderful place that you have ever been to?" Charlie agrees that, and he replies that this is the most wonderful place in the entire world, and it's going to be the best day of my life. Mr. Willy Wonka asks him a question. He says, "Where's your house?" Charlie points to the old shack that's at the edge of the town. Mr. Willy Wonka explains that he's become very old and that he wants someone that's young and daring to and bold to create new types of chocolate, but would still be happy to listen to his advice. And he told Charlie, "You are the person that I have selected." After they get into a small elevator called the Great Glass Elevator, Mr. Willy Wonka opens the roof of the factory, and he makes the lift go straight up into the air and land right in the middle of Charlie Bucket's house. The other grandparents thought the end of the world had come and they had fainted. And after a long explanation to their parents, he explains that since Charlie has won the prize, he will give the factory to him to manage once he has become old enough. And he said that the family can come and start living in the chocolate factory. So after transporting all the beds into the chocolate factory and all the parents, they went into the great glass elevator and landed right in the middle of Mr. Willy Wonka's factory. They lived there happily ever after again. Thank you. If you have any suggestions, please mail me at renijoac.com, renijoac@gmail.com. Thank you.